Much is discussed about the exploitation of workers, but are you being underpaid in a successful company? A common argument is, of course you are. Your employer needs to pay you less than your labour is worth to make a profit. How else do you think profits are made? Well, let's look at some examples in this video. Two people find themselves stranded on an island. The only source of food is by fishing, and on average, each person catches one fish per day, and it isn't usually a very big one. One of the guys spends a day trying to make a net. It's a risk because he doesn't know that it can be done, and it could end in a completely wasted day in which he has to go hungry that night. But let's say that he manages it. He finds that using his net, he is now able to catch 3 fish that day. The other guy becomes interested in using the net. It is agreed that it will be lent to him, but only under the provision that one of the 3 fish caught will be given to the guy who made the net. This is agreed upon, and 1 fish is handed to the other. Now, it may seem that the second guy is being denied the full rewards of his labour. After all, he caught the 3 fish. But we have to take into consideration the additional input that the first guy gave him, in this case equipment, to make the second more productive than if the first guy never existed. Now let's look at some other examples. You have a passion for ceramics, and you'd like to earn money being involved in the production of such things. However, you don't have any of the raw materials, whatever they are, and you don't have the knowledge either. Your ceramics producing wage potential is 0. The only way you can earn money to begin with is by being involved in someone else's existing production. It's hard work and less fun than you thought it would be. But ultimately, a wage is now created doing this type of work. But the wage is small in comparison to the selling price of a finished object. This is because lots of additional inputs have been added to your contribution to make you more productive. Buildings and land, gas, water, electricity, materials, training and knowledge, and tools and machinery. But if you think that only the human involvement can be exploited, let's look at the electricity company which supplies the factory. They are paid $500 per month for the power, but this input increases production by $2,000 per month. Has the electricity company been exploited in that they aren't receiving the full reward for their contribution? What if, instead of the extra employee being hired, a robot is used instead, with the daily rental cost being the same as the human's wages? Would the ceramics factory be exploiting the company that rents the robots, who are paid less than what the robot contributes? Now, what if the factory becomes completely automated, with robots repairing and maintaining each other? If the products are selling well, then profits will still have to be made. So where will this profit have come from? The common argument is, those robots will have been built by humans. That is where the profit will ultimately have come from. But this isn't true. What if the robot factory is a state-run enterprise or a profit-sharing scheme? Or it's a conventional business which is failing and the robots are being rented at a loss? It's not possible for these workers to have their labour exploited once the robots have switched ownership from their factory to elsewhere. And what if the factory was destroyed? Would the wages of the employees now go up, now that they aren't having a slice of them taken from them? Let's consider another example, one involving a worker who is able to earn a wage, acting alone. A busker on a street corner earns $10 per hour that she's there. The local bar owner approaches her and offers her a higher wage to play inside, hoping to attract more customers. The risk pays off, and more customers are present than usual. The busker, working 4 hours, now makes $48, but the extra revenue in drinks sees profits increase by $80. Does it mean that the busker has been underpaid by $32? No, because we know what her labour is worth alone. The only way her employer can hire her is by paying her more than her existing wage working independently. Most of us work for a regular employer, because their additional inputs to our labour allows us to earn more money than we would if our employers never existed.